Imagine this for a second. Your best friend is a millionaire. You're a single parent, you don't have a job, and you just watched your only car get towed away. You've hit rock bottom. Now imagine you going through life, going through these struggles, and your millionaire bestie is handing out checks to other friends, other people in need, all while you're trying to figure out how you're going to get to a job interview. T-Squad, this isn't some made up scenario. This is a real story that has the internet completely torn in half, and it makes us ask a real uncomfortable question. What do we actually owe our friends when one of us gets rich? The friend with the repossessed car is Shakana, and her millionaire best friend is the comedian and influencer B Simone. In a podcast clip that has now gone viral, Shakana sat down with B Simone and just laid out the devastating reality of her past year, living with her parents, using food stamps, and losing her car, all while being best friends with someone famous for their wealth.
Being a best friend with a celebrity, everybody thinks that, oh, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got it, or they helping you. Baby, didn't have a job, living with my parents, a single mom. All this happened to me this past year. Jesus. And then it's like to not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, like nobody didn't give me a handout, but guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed. Jesus. I had to go through the food stamps line. I had to be on Medicaid because whatever I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend somebody who has it, it's hard to digest. They're probably shocked that I'm even saying this right now.
T-Squad, y'all know the internet had a time with this. Someone by the name of Jaquel Oliver said, oh, hell no way. I'm a millionaire and my friend ain't got a paid off $4,000 car, a little Toyota or something. Sierra So Saucy says, this hurt to watch. We really have to employ wisdom and discernment with who we consider a friend. Aunt Tonique says, sitting there talking about Jesus and I'm homeless. Reese says, no way, I have money and my best friend struggling. Ari Dominique says, why is she saying Jesus? Like, was she not aware this was happening? We're using the term best friend way too loosely now. Y'all, that one single conversation has opened up a huge debate about loyalty, obligation, and the biggest friendship taboo, money. Yes. So today we're not just talking about B Simone. We're talking about that awkward silence when the dinner bill comes, the quiet resentment that builds when one friend's life just takes off, and the hard truth about what friendship even means in a world completely obsessed with wealth. Yeah. Now, this situation isn't black and white, which is exactly why it's gotten so much attention. The internet firestorm is really being fueled by two very different but equally passionate views on friendship and money. On one side, you got Team Shakana. This group believes that real friendship comes with a moral duty to help out, especially when one friend has so much more than the other. Their argument is pretty simple. If you have the money and your best friend is in a legitimate crisis, you step in. It's not about giving a handout, it's about giving a hand up. This camp sees B Simone's inaction as a serious character flaw. They argue that watching your best friend lose their car when you're a millionaire isn't just a bad look. It's a betrayal of what friendship is supposed to be about. We're socially conditioned to care for our own. So seeing B Simone help strangers felt like a public slap in the face to her friend. Then on the flip side of the coin, you have Team B Simone. This side argues that your rich friends don't owe you a thing. Their whole argument is based on personal responsibility and the need for financial boundaries. They'd say B Simone isn't responsible for her friend's money problems, and bailing her out might just create a cycle of dependency. Shakana even seemed to agree with this, saying that God needed to take her through that season for her own growth. This view suggests that real support isn't always about money. Maybe the best thing a friend can do is let you figure out how to stand on your own. This side also brings up all the messy details we don't get to see. Maybe there's a history of bad financial choices. Maybe B Simone has helped in the past and it didn't fix the real problem. As one person pointed out, you can help a friend, but a year later, they could be in the exact same spot, forcing you to eventually cut them off and look like the bad guy anyway. It's complicated, and just throwing money at a problem doesn't always make it go away. Now let's pull back from B Simone for a minute, because the whole situation is really just holding up a mirror to our own anxieties about money and relationships. The reason we feel so weird watching this is because it touches a nerve that everyone has. How do you handle a friendship when there's a huge financial gap? Me, myself, have been in this situation a many of times. A study from Bread Financial found that money ruins 1 out of every 5 friendships, and over a quarter of people feel financially incompatible with their friends. When one friend suddenly gets wealthy, the whole dynamic is going to change. Psychologists say friendships are communal relationships, which basically mean we don't keep score. But the moment you introduce a loan or the expectation of money, you're blurring the lines with a market relationship where a score is always being kept. This creates a really dangerous tension. All of a sudden, there are unspoken expectations. The friend with less money might feel ashamed to admit they can't afford that vacation, while the friend with more might get resentful if they're always expected to pick up the tab. Research also shows that lending money comes with a psychological string attached, a feeling of deserved oversight. Lenders often feel like they have the right to judge how the borrower is spending that money. This can lead to anger if they see it spent on something they think is frivolous. Just imagine if B Simone gave her friend money for a car, only to see her post a picture from a fancy brunch. Child, that kind of judgment, even if you don't say it out loud, is poison to a friendship. The borrower, on the other hand, feels like the money is now theirs to use how they see fit. This total mismatch in expectations is why so many people say you should never mix money and friendships. Polonius' famous line from Hamlet still holds up: "For loan oft loses both itself and friend." This whole controversy isn't really about whether B Simone is a good or bad friend. It's about the impossible situation that we create when we tie a person's loyalty to their bank account. It forces us all to look at our own beliefs. Is friendship transactional? Does loyalty come with a price? And is it really fair to expect our friends' success to become our safety net? Ooh. For me, T Squad, and I'm going to be very transparent with you guys, like I said earlier, have been in this position several times. You know, my friends often joke I'm the rich friend or whatever, and it's funny. We make fun of it. But what I've learned over the years is I give out of the goodness of my heart. I don't give expecting to receive anything in return. My love language is acts of service. I like doing things for other people. I like making them smile. If I can give it to you and it doesn't hinder me whatsoever financially, I got you. Point blank and the period. If one of my friends is going through a hard time like this Shakana girl was, and we're especially besties as they say that they are, I could not see myself sitting back and seeing her go through all of that and not help in some kind of way. Now, based on their conversation, it seemed like B Simone knew what she was going through. because the best friend, Shakana, said, it hurt because I've seen you give checks to other people in need. So obviously she knew about her struggles and didn't offer to help. Maybe she didn't offer to help because she didn't want to force herself on her, make her feel bad, make it an awkward situation, because some people don't want a handout. They don't want to feel like they're a charity case. Maybe she was waiting on her to ask her for help. I don't know. I'm not in B Simone's head, but just for myself, if I know that you're going through something and you need the help and I can give it to you, I will do so. But I've also learned that I'm not about to be Bank of America. This is not Chase Bank over here. Okay. I've learned to set boundaries with people. You're not going to just keep on coming to me and coming to me and coming to me, asking me for money. It's just simply not going to happen because I'm the one that's working 12-hour days, back hurting, neck hurting, sleepless nights, legs swelling up, all of these different things. I'm working my butt off to live this lifestyle that I live. And it's not for me to be able to not only take care of me and mine, but you as well. And you a grown adult, hell to the no. To the no. And when it comes to money and friendships and even family, you most definitely have to set boundaries. It was a point in time years ago when I was first starting to get money in my 20s where my mother made me feel obligated to give her money. And it took me a few years to be like, I don't have to do this. I don't have to, basically it's like paying reparations for being your child and you taking care of me. Like, I didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? So why am I constantly giving you thousands and thousands of dollars? You know what I'm saying? So I had to be like, you know what? Enough is enough. I've paid you back, for being a mother and providing and taking care of me, but I'm not going to continue to feel obligated to give you money just because, so you do have to learn how to put people in their place pretty much and let them know that you're not just going to use me. I'm not an ATM machine. It's simply not going to go down that way. And you will have certain people in your life who will try to play with you. I've had it happen where I've given somebody money and then the next thing I know, I'm seeing them going on trips. I'm seeing them buying clothes. I'm seeing them doing this, that, and the third. And I'm looking like, well, where my money at that you borrowed from me? Hello? Okay. And you know what? It's not even a situation where I called them out, where I continuously ask for my things. I just know now when and if you're ever in need again, you won't get it from me, point blank and the period. Because at the end of the day, I'm not hurting for it, but you will never get it again. Period, point blank .org. All right. Like Shakana, I've also been hurt by friends where I've gone above and beyond for them and helped them out or done things for them, and the action hasn't been reciprocated. Sometimes it can be because they're not financially able to. But for me, it's not even just about you having buku money. It's just a simple thought of, let me do something just to show her my appreciation and my love for her. It could just be simply something like a card, a bag of chips, just something, you know what I'm saying? But it goes back to what I said. I don't do stuff for people to receive it in return. I do it because that's what God put on my heart to do at the end of the day. So if you're not comfortable with giving and not receiving it back, then simply don't do it. If you have the money, but that's all the money you have, do not do it. If you can give and not blink twice about it, give. If you have to be like, oh, I need that back by Tuesday, don't do it. Because if the person not able to pay you back and then you over there effed up, no bueno. It doesn't work. Basically, you guys, there's no simple answer here. That study by Bread Financial noted that for friendships to last when money is a factor, you need open conversations and clear financial boundaries. Maybe the real failure here wasn't a lack of money, but a lack of honest communication long before the car ever got towed. Ultimately, this story is proof that your rich friends really don't owe you anything. They don't owe you a loan, a lifestyle, or a rescue. What friends do owe each other is respect, honesty, and empathy. And sometimes the most respectful thing to do is set a boundary, and the most honest thing to do is admit that you're in over your head. This whole situation is a powerful reminder that the strongest friendships aren't built on financial transactions, but on mutual understandings, and that's something no amount of money can ever buy. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section, what are your opinions on this situation? I can't wait to read what you all have to say. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. I love you, T Squad, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.